Hello everybody, happy Super Bowl Sunday. I just wanted to hop on, do this quick live on this wood round because I haven't showed you guys how I do the lettering with the wood grain, which is like this one here, where the background of the letter is the wood grain from the stain. So I was going to show you guys how I'm doing that. I have a custom order for 3 rounds and I'm working on this one, and I thought I would come on here and show you guys. So what I have done so far is, let me put this down so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I think you guys can see. All right, so what I did was this wood round, I sanded it, and then I sanded both sides and the edges. Then I stained it, and this is the stain English walnut, I think. And I stained the front and the back and the sides. And this one has also been sealed with Minwax spar urethane. I seal them all with this. It's water-based because if it's not water-based, it could make your colors come out funky. So I use that. This is sealed, so now I'm going to paint it. Once I'm completely done with painting it, I'll seal it again. That makes it UV protected, weather protected, all the good stuff. So I went ahead and took some painter's tape. I don't think y'all can see that. Sorry guys, I want y'all to be able to see what I am doing. Okay, so what I have done is I've taped it off with painter's tape, and I measured it, you know, from one end to the other. I measured it to make sure that this is pretty much in the center. It's not exact because the round is like not an exact number. It's like 17 3/4, so there's really no, it's kind of hard to get it exact. So this is for a little boy's room, and he's his room is themed like hunting and camo and all those colors. So I printed out, I did his name in Cricut Design Space. Hey Lori. So I cut his name out with vinyl, permanent vinyl on the Cricut. And I have transfer tape on the top, and then I'm going to peel this up and stick it down here. So when I paint it, the vinyl is going to be stuck on there. So when I pull the vinyl up, the name will be the wood grain, and then the board will be painted. I'm using this Spanish moss green. It was the closest thing I could get to camo colored. So I got this at Joann Fabrics on sale for $5.99. I think it's, yeah, Spanish moss. And I stirred it up because it wasn't mixed up really well. So I just took a popsicle stick and stirred it up to get it mixed up really good. I guess it's been sitting on their shelf a while because it looks kind of brown on the bottom, which it's not. It's a green. It's a really pretty green. So that's what I have. So when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you have your painter's tape down really, really good. And I did the edges because I will paint the edges. And so you want your tape to come around really good on the edges and down here. That way you don't have any bleeding, because we don't want bleeding. That's not a good thing. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a paint roller that I got at Walmart, and you can get refills for these. I'm going to put my paint on this top of this egg carton. I just use what I have for that. I have some rubber gloves and the paint. So before I get started with the paint, I am going to put the name on there, and then we'll paint it. And then I'll let it dry, and then I'll put another coat, and then I'll let that completely dry. And if it looks like it's good, then I'll pull up the name, but I won't do that until it's completely dry, probably not till tomorrow. So I'll just have to post a picture of what it turns out like tomorrow. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to peel up this. So all we have is the transfer paper and the vinyl stuck to it. And I want to always make sure that all of the letters and every part of the letters comes off on the transfer tape. Sometimes it wants to be weird and not come off, but it did. And so I measured it a while ago, and I marked it with a chalk. to make sure where I'm going to put his name so that it comes off. Oh no. You know what oh, there we go. I thought I did it wrong. Whew. I thought I was, there we go. Scared myself. I thought I did it wrong. All right, so I'm just going to lay this down. I'm not going to push it down yet because I'm going to measure it again and make sure I have it in the right spot and that it is even. Because I want the same amount of room on each edge. So a little ruler here, and I'm just going to measure it from the end of the round to the beginning of his name, and then I would measure it over here and make sure that it's the same, which it is. That is crazy. All right, so I want to make sure that everything looks right, that it looks straight. So this is what we've got. And now I'm going to paint all of this green. But I'm going to push this down first, and then I will pull up the transfer tape, and it should just leave the letters in the vinyl. And then once the paint dries, I will pull up the vinyl, and it should have the letters just like that round in the wood grain. So I'm going to get my little handy dandy tool, my Cricut brandisher, however, whatever you call it. Thank you, Jacqueline. How are you doing, girl? I love Valentine's Day, and I love hearts, and I mean, I don't know. We don't do anything on Valentine's Day, but it's just fun. The whole month of love. So I'm just going to make sure that these letters are on here pretty good so that they stick when I pull up the transfer tape. And then we will paint. Now, if for some reason I mess this up, and I have messed them up before, and I have tried to go back and reuse a round and sand it again, it's too much trouble. It's a whole lot easier just to get another round. So I'm trying really hard not to screw this up. All right, so I'm just going to peel back the transfer tape and make sure that the vinyl sticks down really well on there. I hope you guys can see this good. So I'm just kind of pulling this back real slow, and if anything comes up, I'm going to push it down because we don't want any paint to get under these letters. So I'm just pulling the transfer tape back, and you can see if any of them come up, and I just push them down. And this is kind of a slow process because you want to be sure that there's no bubbles in the vinyl and that it's stuck down really good to the round. And I use permanent vinyl so that it stays good, but it will peel up from the wood once it's painted. And I love doing the letters in the wood grain. It's one of my favorites. I just like the way it looks. I think it looks really cute. And I think that this is going to look really good for a boy. It's not going to look too feminine. It's going to be really cute. This is for his room. And we also are doing one for their daughter and one for them for their one of their rooms. And it's going to say Mr. and Mrs. on it. So I thought that was really cute. I love doing the wood rounds. They are my new favorite wreaths to do. I'm excited to be doing these again and coming on here with you guys and showing you how to do it. Okay, so now that's down. I want to make sure that all the letters are pushed down really, really good before we start painting. And the main thing when you paint these is to not put any pressure. When you're doing this, don't push down on it because it will cause it to get underneath the letters and bleed, or underneath the tape, and you don't want it to bleed any. I mean, a little bit it might, but it shouldn't be a whole lot. And you can usually see if any of the letters are lifting, just push them down. So here's what we have so far. I can't ever hold it straight when the camera's reversed. So there's what we have so far. So now what I'm going to do, and let me get my little turntables. So hang on one second. right. So what I have here is just like a Lazy Susan that I use for putting the rounds on. It's really, really good for that. And this is just a dog pee pad. It's clean, it's not used. I put that down just so it doesn't get anything on the round. Actually, I'm not going to use that because it's going to make a mess. All right, so I'm just going to put this on here, and this just makes it easier when I'm painting around the edge. So I hope that you guys can see this okay. So now I'm going to put on these really ugly looking gloves because I don't want to get this paint on my hands, even though it's chalk paint. This is Folk Art chalk paint. This does really good on the rounds. So I'm just going to give it another stir, and then I'm going to pour some in this, and then we'll start painting. And I really don't want to. So this is about what I have in there right now. I may need a little bit more, but I'm just going to run the, so you can see, I'm going to run this in here a little bit and get this roller good and covered. And sometimes it don't want to roll, so I just roll it around, get it good and covered. I'm just trying to make sure that the whole thing is nice and covered. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna go over it, and I'm gonna go over the, where the tape is really, really light. You don't wanna go over it with any pressure. You just wanna go over it really lightly, and because you do not want the paint to get underneath that tape. And I'm painting over the letters also really lightly. I'm not putting any pressure on the roller at all. So I'm just going over it real light. No pressure. So I'm just going over it really lightly. I'm not putting any pressure on it at all. I'm just rolling it, and I'm gonna be real careful not to get it on this side. So I'm just going over the letters, no pressure. Real light, because we do not want any bleeding at all. So no pressure. I'm just going over it real light, and this dries pretty quick, but I usually wait about 2 hours in between coats before I come back and do another coat, because if you go over it before it's dry, you can tell it doesn't look right. So I'm just going over it real light, no pressure on any part of it at all. And I'm going to go over it and get all those roller marks off. No pressure. All right, now I'm going to do the sides. And I'm just going to, when I'm doing the sides where the painter's tape is, I'm going away from the tape. That way it doesn't get under it. So I'm just going to go away from it. And I'm just going to go around the edge. And I don't want to get a lot of paint on the back, just on the edge. So I'm just going to go around it really lightly. And I don't want to get under it too much because I don't want a whole lot on the back. So I'm at the tape, so I'm coming away from the tape. That way it won't get under it, and it makes a crisp, clean line. And I'm telling you, the pulling the tape off is like the most, I don't know, it is the best part. Seeing that crisp line, it's really amazing. All right, so now that is what I have so far. I'm gonna let this dry for 2 hours, and then I will come back and go over it again with another coat, because I'm almost positive it's gonna need a second coat. So I'm gonna lift this up, and I just got paint on that. And the good thing about painter's tape is it does come right off if you get it before it dries. I'm gonna make sure I get that off. All right. Now let me show it to you. And this is just the first coat. So that's what we have right now. And you can see where the letters are, and I will pull that up. And there's the sides and the back. Hopefully I didn't get any on the back. And I will go over it again. But good, I did not get any on the back. So there's that. And I will put another coat on the sides. So there we have it. And that's it. So once this dries for 2 hours, I'll put another coat on it, and then tomorrow I'll pull the tape up and the name and reveal the wood finish. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to do leave part of this in wood grain and some of it in like a oatmeal color. I have Whispering Wheat. I may do that because it's kind of like a cream tan color, and I may do like a strip of that and then leave that wood grain up there. I haven't decided yet. I think that's what I might do though. So there that is it. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will probably be going live again probably tomorrow. It's Valentine's Day, so you know I'm gonna have to come live. I'm gonna make another batch of earrings. Jacqueline, if you're still on here, I'm hoping to have your star earrings ready tomorrow, the red ones. So if I do, I will send you a picture of those. I'm actually probably going to make them right now. So that's all I got for you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed this. And I didn't even say welcome to Jill's Creative Side. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Put your notifications on so that you don't miss any videos. Also, if you're watching this on Facebook, make sure you comment on the live, whether it's live or a replay, because I do giveaways every month, and that's one way you get in on the drawing. So do that. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jill's Creative Side. Follow me on Instagram, Jill Yvonne Photo. Those are ways you get entered into the drawing, and post a picture of a craft. If you're working on a craft, I'd love to see it. So post that as well, and those are how you get entered for the drawings. In the drawings, I just put stuff in there all month long, things you can make your own craft with, completed crafts, different things like that. So make sure you get your entries in for the drawing. So that's all I got for you guys. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. Hope everyone stays safe and have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.